Hello and welcome to Quick Tip 26, and in this quick tip what I want to do is demonstrate how you determine whether a string is a valid color. And to demonstrate this, what I've done is created a very simple program that draws squares on a chart and colors those squares according to some user inputs. You can see that on the screen here. So what we're going to do is choose one of these colors and we're going to change the name into a color that doesn't exist. So let's, for example, take the deep pink. I'm just going to copy that so that we can put it back if necessary. And I'm just going to call this color something like that, which doesn't exist. So when I've done that, you'll notice now that the space that was formerly filled with the colored square now seems to not be there because the color is not valid. So let's just look at the program and then we'll just modify it to warn us that the color isn't there and also to replace it with another color. So the program uses, as I say, some strings to determine the colors, and we've got 10 colors there which I've sort of selected somewhat randomly. And then what we do is we create a vector, we add those strings to the vector, and then we go through a for loop for each element in the vector, and we create a new rectangle, and then we put that in a particular position, etc. Now, if you're unfamiliar with using the square syntax, the easiest thing to do is just go to the toolbox and double click on the rectangle and then go to properties and set it up like you want it. So for example, by default it's using BN point. You could change that to XY point, then just put in some dummy coordinates. Make sure the rest is set up to your liking. So for example, you want to have persist to be true, and I think that's what we need at the moment. And then what you can do is go to the designer generated code, and that's going to give you a lot of useful information, such as which namespaces you need, and also the syntax for setting up the rectangle. But we've already done that, so we don't need that, so I'm going to delete that. Incidentally, if you go to Toolbox and the drawing objects are not there, if you right click there and say choose items, then if you look for rectangle, you should be able to add it so that it does appear in your toolbox. So this works quite well, apart from we might not wish to have a gap there if we happen to misspell the color. So we can very simply get around that. And what we do, the color is color from name square color square brackets counter, which is the element in our vector, and we need to set it as a string. So let's just put that there. Then what we do is we use the dot operator and we say is known color, and we say if that is equal to false, in other words it's not a known color, then begin. And we want to do two things. We want to give ourselves a message so that we know this has occurred. So we can say print, and we can type the color again and then put in a useful message like is not a known, and let's just verify that. Okay, we need an if before, obviously. Try that again. Okay, and the other thing that we want to do is we actually want to set the color. So we can do that here. We can say the color square color counter, and then we can just put in a default color of our choice. So in this case, I'm just going to put in dark orange, like so. So we're doing two things. We're telling ourselves that the color that we have there at the moment is not a known color, and then we're adding, or rather replacing it with a color which will become our sort of default color. So let's verify that and go back to the chart. And you'll see now that what's happened is that the program has recognized that this is not a known color, and what it's done, it's replaced it with orange. So I hope you find that useful.